Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, July 8th, 2024. I hope you guys had a good weekend there. It was a nice kind of short week, but now we're back to reality here. So let's take a look at what happened on Friday. We had a pretty decent rally on Friday, if you recall. And remember, we've been talking about expecting pullbacks this whole way up. But the problem is, every time the bears try to pull the market back, the bulls just whip it right back up, right? And it's been kind of a relentless bullish push for a really long time now. So let's take a look and see. We were up at, I believe, new all-time highs on Friday, testing up into them. I think we made a new all-time high on July 4th, if I recall correctly. And then we went ahead and got this pullback. So Friday was really choppy out of the open for the first hour, and then we got a beautiful bullish move for the rest of the day. So to look at the details here out of the open, there were a lot of good little opportunities that didn't really go anywhere. So you had that first test of the VWAP right out of the open there. Could have got yourself a trade and it just didn't really go anywhere. You might have got 3 points and it came right back. You could have tried kind of the pullback to the VWAP after it broke out there, and you might have gotten a little bit out of that. You could have tried shorting the back end of the 50% level, I believe, or maybe that was the high the day before there, and you would have got a really nice little pullback right to the next major roadmap level there. You could have tried buying the previous daily close and I guess one tick in front of the scaffolding there and got yourself a decent little push. But just a lot of back and forth stuff. And you can see that, regardless of the chop, look at how many times the market came right to VWAP and rotated off of it, right? Right out of the open, just soon after that. Then we kind of flushed right through it on this test, but came up again and had trouble getting through it for that little pullback, but then they held the fast moving average, right? And then here, as it pulled back again, tried to bounce right off of it, just couldn't get through the 200. And then here, all through here, look at how many times the market came right to VWAP. 3 tests to the down, and then a pullback to the downside, held the FMA, got above it, and then held the VWAP for quite some time. And then I believe that final hold here, which was a nice little 38 to 50% retrace there. And look at that, extended right out to the 27 extension. That I believe was the beginning of the breakout, right? So the morning pretty messy, but despite the mess, there were still some good little opportunities, some good rotations off the roadmap levels if you wanted to try them. And then finally, about, like I said, an hour and a half after the open, we got a beautiful breakout there. And when that happened, once we got through the high of the morning, some good opportunities off that 200 moving average. And then obviously all the super aggressive entries off the fast moving average on the way up. And that was it. That was the whole day. Got a really, really, really nice strong push. And where do we get up to at the end of the day here? Our next target, right? So in the morning, we had set out, we were trading basically right inside of all this garbage here. And we gave you a target to the upside here at 56.22 quarter. So what do you know? Market chops around, finally breaks out through the highs from the day before there, comes right up, and then we basically nailed the high of the day, right? So the low of the day was the previous daily low. Right here, previous daily low off by 1 tick. And then they pushed up. We came right up to, let's see if I can get this back in here, came right into that 22 quarter level. And you can see they even kind of pulled back and tried to hold from 22 quarter to the tick and then fell back below it and then held it here nearly to the tick for the pullback at the end of the day. And that led here to this week now, Sunday evenings Globex session and Monday mornings pre-market. And as you can see, once again, you could have tried getting short off the back end of VWAP here in the overnight session. Unfortunately, didn't really go anywhere. So you probably didn't get stopped out or anything, but the market only gave you 2-3 points and just never got enough strength, or I should say weakness in the market to continue to push lower. and then they broke out back above the VWAP there. And as you can see, we're trying to push to new all-time highs as I speak. In fact, we are at a new all-time high at the moment here at this 56.2275, I believe. Or actually, I take it back. We're very close to it. So, yeah, here we are. I'm like, what's going on here? So we're breaking out, pushing to a new all-time high at the moment. And that wraps up the review here for the last day and a half. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames now and see what they have to say for this morning.